Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette, Joan, Vassos, and Chock Chapple big return to NYC proves they're committed to their relationship. They aren't giving up on apartment hunting. The Golden Bachelorettes Joan, Vassos, and Chock Chapple recently returned to New York City, and they jumped right back into apartment hunting for their new home. 62-year-old Joan and 61-year-old Chock met and got engaged during the season finale, and they started looking for a new apartment months ago. After getting engaged, they discovered that they'd both always dreamed of living in the Big Apple, so they decided to live there together. Joan made her television debut on The Golden Bachelor Season 1, but things didn't work out between her and 72-year-old Jerry Turner. It wasn't long before she was cast as the Golden Bachelorette, and she went on to date 24 single golden men, including Chock. They fell in love during a very tumultuous season that even included the death of Chock's mother. In the end, Joan and Chock got engaged, and they started looking for a New York apartment together. Joan was a private school administrator in Maryland before joining the cast of The Golden Bachelor Season 1. Chock was an insurance executive and business owner in Kansas before appearing on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1. After getting engaged, they decided they'd keep their separate homes, traveling back and forth to be together. They also started looking for an apartment in New York. Since leaving The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock have enjoyed their long-distance relationship. Though it may seem like a long-distance engagement can't work, Joan and Chock appear to be making the best of it. They both get to spend time showing each other around their respective states while spending time with each other's family and friends. On top of that, they get to travel more often. They went back and forth between Kansas and Maryland to be together while also spending time in New York and Los Angeles. They celebrated Thanksgiving at Joan's house in Kansas, then spent Christmas at Chock's Kansas home. Recently, Chock posted Instagram photos of him and Joan hanging out together in Kansas. Though they've said they intend to find a place together in New York, Joan looks like she enjoys being in the Sunflower State. After discovering a shared love of living in a big city, the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 couple decided to find a place in New York City. The plan was to keep their homes and meet up in the city, where their children could come as well. After going public with their relationship, Joan and Chock spent a lot of time in the city and posted photos all the time. In November 2024, Joan and Chock posted an NYC apartment update on Instagram. In the clip, they talked about the day they spent looking at apartments. Though they hadn't found a place, their real estate agent was going to continue looking for a place for them. Chock even said they expected to be in a place by the end of 2024. That didn't happen, and Joan and Chock stopped talking about the apartment. For a while, it seemed as if their NYC Big Apple dream was dead. After their initial apartment search updates, Joan and Chock stopped talking about New York for a while. That changed recently, when Joan posted about their recent trip to New York on Instagram. The Golden Bachelorette couple enjoyed the city, and even saw a show about an older couple's second chance at love. Today is the 4th anniversary of Joan's passing. Read Joan's caption. Joan was married to John Vassos for 32 years before he died of cancer in 2021. As the sun set over New York City, casting golden hues on its iconic skyline, two familiar faces emerged from a sleek black SUV parked along Fifth Avenue. Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple, the breakout couple of The Golden Bachelorette, had arrived. While the cameras may have stopped rolling months ago, the spotlight was far from fading. Their return to the Big Apple wasn't just another glamorous chapter in their post-show romance. It was a declaration of their unwavering commitment to each other and to the pursuit of their dream Manhattan apartment. For Joan and Chock, NYC held a special kind of magic. It was the city where they shared their first off-camera weekend getaway after the show's finale. Strolling hand in hand through Central Park and enjoying late-night slices in Greenwich Village, the city had wrapped them in its energy, solidifying the bond they formed on the show. But this time, their visit wasn't just for romance. It was a serious mission. "We're not giving up on apartment hunting," Joan declared confidently as the couple stepped into the lobby of a chic real estate agency. The agency's top broker, Amanda Klein, greeted them with a knowing smile. She'd seen many celebrity couples come through her doors, but Joan and Chock had a spark, a blend of warmth and determination that set them apart. The search for the perfect love. Miss Joan, ever the pragmatist, had a checklist that could rival any New York Times best-selling novel. "We need good light, pre-war charm, and proximity to the park," she explained to Amanda as Chock nodded in agreement. "But we also want a space that feels ours, something that combines both our personalities." "That's a tall order in Manhattan," Amanda teased. "But if anyone can pull it off, it's you two." The couple's dynamic was on full display during their apartment tours. Joan, with her meticulous attention to detail, inspected crown moldings and asked about noise levels. Chock, on the other hand, brought a sense of humor and spontaneity to the process. At one point, he suggested converting a small den into a meditation room, only for Joan to quip, "That's where I'll go to meditate when you're watching sports." It wasn't all smooth sailing, though. One apartment, perched high above the city with sweeping views of the Hudson, seemed perfect on paper. But as they stepped onto the balcony, Joan's face fell. "It feels cold," she said, her voice tinged with disappointment. Chock wrapped an arm around her and whispered, "We'll find something that feels warm, just like us." Balancing public life and private love, their apartment hunt wasn't just about square footage and amenities. It was about carving out a sanctuary in a city that never sleeps. Since their relationship became public, Joan and Chock had faced their fair share of scrutiny. Fans adored their love story, but skeptics wondered if the pressures of fame would eventually drive them apart. "People don't realize how much work goes into a relationship after the cameras stop rolling," Joan admitted during an impromptu coffee break at a cozy Upper West Side cafe. "But Chock and I made a promise to each other. We're in this for the long haul." Chock, ever the optimist, added, "If we can survive a reality TV dating show, we can survive anything, even New York real estate." Their dedication to making their relationship work was evident in the little things. Joan's hand lingered on Chock's arm during conversations. Chock's quick wit lightened the mood whenever tensions rose. They weren't just searching for a home. They were building one, brick by metaphorical brick. Revisiting their roots, the couple's NYC adventure wasn't all business. They made time to revisit some of their favorite spots from that first fateful weekend. At the Bethesda Fountain in Central Park, Joan tossed a penny into the water and closed her eyes. "Making another wish?" Chock asked, his tone playful. "Just sealing the one I already made," she replied, her eyes twinkling. At a jazz club in the West Village, they swayed to the smooth melodies of a live band. Chock couldn't resist pulling Joan onto the tiny dance floor. As they moved in sync, it was clear that their connection was as strong as ever. "You're not half bad," Joan teased as Chock spun her around. "And you're a natural," he shot back, grinning. A surprise revelation: their trip took an unexpected turn during a dinner meeting with Amanda Klein. Over glasses of Pinot Noir, Amanda revealed an exclusive listing for a historic brownstone in the heart of Harlem. "It's not on your original list," she admitted, "but something tells me you'll want to see it." Intrigued, Joan and Chock agreed to a late-night tour. The brownstone, with its intricate woodwork and stained glass windows, exuded charm. As they explored the space, Chock found himself drawn to a sunlit nook by the window. "I can see us here," he said softly. Joan joined him, her hand finding his. "Me too," she whispered.